Hey everybody, Keith Hilson at the Trombone Shop at Schmidt Music. So a few months ago, I did a video about the new Cronkhite Bags here. So just a quick recap, Glenn Cronkhite has been making gig bags, really one of the originators, especially in the brass world, with the gig bags since the 1970s. He did some work with Reunion Blues, kept his production going in California. A couple of years ago, he retired, and all of his designs now have been licensed by the folks at Torpedo Bags. So they're very well known for their trumpet cases. Torpedo Bags, of course, is located right here in Minneapolis, and so now they've got their factory facility. When I say factory, I mean it's a very small team there, but they've got their factory here specifically making all of the Cronkhite cases. And again, the last video I had a chance to showcase some of their new, bags that they're doing, using all of Glenn Cronkhite's original designs there, but just, now they're producing them. And we've been continually impressed with what we've been seeing with them. And I highlighted a couple of their, the classic bag designs that we've seen there. The singles, the doubles, their double cases for either, tenor, bass are still some of the most popular, on the market. But today I wanted to highlight another case, and certainly not a new case, something that Glenn's been building for a long time, but this particular design has become one of my favorites, specifically their travel case here. So the idea with the Cronkhite travel case is that by putting the slide compartment on the exterior, we're able to compact down the case even more. So we know kind of with the traditional Cronkhite design like this is one of their single bass bags here, but with their traditional design, slide goes in the interior, has the extra protection from the bell, everything else here. But the advantage of this kind of design is twofold. It does a couple different things here. First off, it does allow the case to be a lot more compact. Now, this particular one is designed for a small bore tenor. It takes up to an 8-inch bell, but if we take a look at this, size comparison to some of the other standard bags here. So we've got the Cronkhite here, we've got the Marcus Bona standard tenor bag, we've got one of the Cronkhite bass bags, and the ProTech standard Pro Pack case. We can see how much smaller, how much more compact this is, compared to the others. Now, the other thing I think that is really cool about these travel cases is that the slide compartment comes right off. So we can undo these two clips here, just like so, and just like so, and the slide compartment can come right off. Now, the advantage of this design is that, even if you're traveling in a very small plane, for example, you can go ahead and now you've got your bell section there. You take your slide compartment off, and whether you need to put them in two separate compartments or whether you need to take the slide compartment and put it underneath the seat, or what do you have to do, I think there are very few flying situations I can imagine where this would not work for you. And it has all of the same Cronkhite protection built into it. So, of course, with the bell compartment, looks like so, kind of a classic design. One note here, this is one of their slightly older bags. When I say slightly older, built in the last couple months. They have now actually switched to an all black interior as well. One of the comments that they got was that the gray tan interior did show oil stains and other dirt and contamination, which is absolutely true. So they've actually switched to an all black exterior, which I think looks really sharp. So otherwise, it's got all the traditional refinements here. We've got the wood disc on the end here, the heavy duty YKK zippers, all of that. But what I think is really cool again is the slide compartment. So in the slide compartment, the interior looks like so here. Both sides have thick wood reinforcement here. Especially once you have it all zipped up and everything, I have absolute confidence in that slide compartment. Outside of a truck running it over or something, I really can't envision a lot of situations where your slide would be damaged with that kind of setup. And again, I really like the flexibility of it, the portability, and we understand that for a lot of folks who do a lot of traveling, designs like the Marcus Bona, for example, are going to continue to be really popular. They offer that best protection, the multi-modal protection with the lightest weight, the ability to hopefully carry down, fit it into a compartment, but at the same time, if you have to check it, if something else happens, you have the rigidity with that. You have a lot of securities that, well, if I have to gate check it, it should be just fine. But what I like about these cases, and by the way, the travel case is available up to a 10.5-inch bell. Obviously, you know, the cases by themselves are going to get a little bit larger, but not substantially so. Is I feel like if I were traveling, there are, again, very few flying situations I would have where I would not be able to fit this case in the cabin with me, which is really the ideal situation. So, again, a great idea, something I've fallen in love with. I've already kind of said I'm not looking at the moment, but if I were looking for my next gig bag, this is what I'd be looking for right now. Getting this kind of design, obviously available both in the Cordura and in the leather design. Leather is obviously more here. But a really great option. Price-wise, you know, they are a little bit higher than some of the other Cronkhite designs. They're getting in the ballpark of like the Marcus Bona and the few of the others there. But again, I think there are some real advantages to this design that for the right person, I think it really makes a lot of sense. So, thank you as always for watching, everybody. I hope that was informative. You know, if you have any experience with these particular designs, or, you know, if you say, okay, well, you know, this is what I've noticed kind of comparing some of the different design options, you know, pluses, minuses, feel free to leave those comments below as always. If you like the video, think about giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to our channel here, and you can always find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for watching, everybody.